Navigating a career is more complicated than ever with an increasingly ambiguous working climate and job options changing almost daily. Applications are now open for tertiary study in 2016, so the teenagers in your life might be under pressure to make some big calls. Here with what to focus on is careers expert Laurel McClay. Laurel, good morning.
Good morning, Paul.
Here's the funny thing. You don't want to be boxing teenagers into a certain direction too soon, do you?
I just don't think you have the choice to do that anymore, and it's really about them understanding that finding your career, it's a lifelong journey, and so they don't need to box themselves in because there's no box to stay in.
So is it, quite often it isn't actually going to be a career, is it? It's going to be a working life, which is going to have this sort of, a range of different, sometimes quite different things involved in it.
One of the interesting trends is towards portfolio careers, which is someone
I've
might
heard
just
that
be...
phrase.
Yes, I know, it's a little...
It's a bit trite, isn't it?
But I like the idea of it, kind of like packing up a little suitcase of different roles that you have, and you might be doing more than one at a given time.
I don't want to be a brain surgeon anymore. I'm going to be a used car dealer. So how do you prepare a child for that then?
Well, you've got your traditional sources, and there's quite a lot of support available. So it really, I think, depends on the school as far as traditional career advice. Some schools do it particularly well, and some schools don't do it very well at all.
But I suppose what we're saying is, how can you even give careers advice in a climate like this?
If you think that 65% of children who start school today are going to be in roles that don't even exist yet, you're absolutely right. So that's more about them understanding what their talents are and having those resourceful things like being able to go to work and in your teenage years and understanding what bullying is like, understanding politics. That's sort of the thing that's going to set them up to be able to have a career.
Broader vision.
Yeah, definitely.
And with a good basic education.
Good basic education. Well, that's an interesting question you say about education, because education is changing so much. Did you know that you can now actually do any of the Harvard courses online? We could do that. The majority of them are free. And Auckland University has a great online course called FutureLearn. And so it's not going to be that one person in front of 500 in a really boring lecture theatre anymore. It's going to be people at home, maybe with a mentor or a coach. In places like China and India, there's groups of people converging in living rooms, sharing their experiences from doing an online Harvard course and having a mentor.
All right, so Laurel, when you've got young teenagers, what do you say to them when they say, "Oh, we don't know what we want to do. I'm quite worried about it. I don't know what I want to do." What do you say to them?
Well, I do think that the Careers Government website has some really good options. What it's got is it's got little stories and anecdotes of people who've actually gone out and found that. But really they need to look at experiencing the work. They can do that by getting part-time work, or they can do it by internships. But I don't know how much you know about internships. I'm a little suspect about them because there's a lot of people who are going out there and making coffees and vacuuming for so-called work experience,
Are only learning how to make coffees and
They're
vacuum.
learning that, yeah.
Is it right to say to a child, though, look, it doesn't matter. Don't sweat this. If in 10 years' time you don't know what you want to do, it actually doesn't matter. Is that reasonable?
That is reasonable. Of course it is. They've got to understand to be flexible and resourceful. And it's like 5-year plans don't really exist anymore, do they?
Be capable. No, that's exactly right. So learn how to be capable. As long as you can read and you can write and you're interested in your broader vision.
We celebrate the polymath, just celebrate everything about you, and you're going to be able to commercialise that somehow. That's the exciting thing about today.
Great personality too. Laurel, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Paul.
Laurel McClay.